In probably the most awkward moment that a man, as a male, as a heterosexual male, sensitive, I've ever seen, Sonny Hostin groped, assaulted Arnold Schwarzenegger on the air, and we have it right here on Doug in Exile. Welcome to the Quad Club. My Quad Club people watch 4 of 4 videos. We're going to get right to the assault. This is not for young viewers. Some of you might want to tell the little ones, this could sting. Thank you guys for subscribing. Let's watch.
So if you are an immigrant, you're an immigrant in this country.
Look at her calling him names. It's like she's going, "Hey, Pepito, you're an immigrant, right?" He's like, "Hey, excuse me, I'm a male. I'm a lot of things. I'm obviously a heterosexual." And she's going like, "You're an immigrant." What does that have to do with anything? Why would you do that to someone? Make him feel less than, like he's a foreigner, like he's an interloper, like he's an invader. Sonny, check yourself. Be sensitive. Not Sonny, Joy Behar. I keep getting them all mixed up because they're also, it's kind of like if you see a huge flock of bats or whatever they're called, it's like trying to tell the bats apart. I can't tell Sonny Hostin, Joy Behar. I want someone to send Joy Behar to Human Resources for bringing up his immigration status. That's insensitive.
Did you have a visceral reaction to what they're doing, what ICE is doing when you see the videos of it?
Yeah, I did. I was crying. I was laughing and so happy to see what ICE was doing.
Well, I tell you, you said that the immigrant, I'm so proud and happy that I was impressed by the American people like that. I mean, imagine I came over here with the age of 21 with absolutely nothing. And then to create a...
Now, I'm going to have to translate for you guys because Arnold Schwarzenegger is an immigrant. So I'll try and underline, I'll translate because, it's hard to tell. Too thick. He's saying that he's very grateful for how we loved his fame because he had giant muscles when he came here and his amazing acting ability. Get down, get in the chopper, get down anywhere.
That day.
That's great.
So it's really a great, great celebration. And this is what this is all about, is to celebrate people becoming Americans and coming to America and all that. And so I just think the world of the great kind of history that we have with immigrants in America. But the key thing also...
I like the history we have where we deport them. That's part of our history. And I think Arnold, I know what he's talking about when he says he really loves our history with immigrants, putting zip ties on them, sending them back to El Salvador.
Also is at the same time that we got to do things legal. That is the important thing.
Listen to this guy. You got to do things legal. All of the view are going, how did we end up with this nightmare of a guest? He's going, what do you mean you have to do things legal? What side are you on?
So you got to do things legal. And those people that are doing illegal things in America and they're the foreigners, they are not...
foreigners. I love that word. Listen to his thick accent. His thick accent. He's going, they're foreigners. Yeah, we can tell we can't understand, Arnold.
Smart. Because when you come to America, you're a guest.
Yeah.
And you have to behave like a guest.
Amen.
Like when I go to someone's house and I'm a guest, then I will do everything I can, keep things clean, and to make my bed, and to do everything that...
Hold on, did you miss it? Look at that hand creeping in down there. Look at this right here. That's Sonny Hostin. I don't recall Arnold Schwarzenegger giving you permission to touch him, to assault him, to stroke his arm, to manhandle him, to mash him. You mash her. She's all over him. This is what I hate about feminists. If he did that to her, if he reached over and touched her, she'd go, don't you touch me. Hey, don't you touch me. You asked permission. Don't you touch me. And she just thinks she can grope him. She's hanging all over him, throwing her tentacles all over him like a Bond girl. Let's watch this again. Watch this.
Keep things clean. And to make my bed and to do everything that is the right thing to do rather than committing a crime or being abusive or something like that. So that doesn't really work in this country. So I think...
pull it back in. Sonny, you're not his type. Like E. Jean Carroll. Sorry, Sonny, not my type. You're not a powerful enough Kennedy for me to be attracted to. Let's, here, look, I got the evidence here. Let's get this right here. Look at that. That is the evidence. That is Sonny Hostin. You know what, Sonny? No means no. No means no. What part of no don't you understand? My eyes are up here. Sonny, don't go woman-splaining while you're groping a strange man, someone else's spouse. You're married. Aren't you happily married? Stick to your own. Keep your hands on your own plate when you're eating at the table. Okay, we're going to cover all the rest of the news. Now that we got Sonny's nasty, I'm sorry for the children out there. If you had kids in the room and saw that, I'm sorry that they were probably damaged in that one. Okay, this one is breaking. AOC joins the GOP Rep Thomas Massie. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when AOC is agreeing with you, Thomas Massie, something's wrong. So AOC joins Thomas Massie in effort to prevent Trump from waging war on Iran without Congress's approval. Oh, look, Ilhan Omar jumped in as well. Ilhan Omar. Is that a good sign? Ilhan Omar and AOC. Thomas Massie has jumped into bed with Ilhan Omar so many times that we're starting to think that he might be her brother. Okay, let's get on to Natalie Jean. Remember the face masks, those cyber masks that were handed out to rioters? They found the guy. He's been arrested. So this is more good news on the front. Let's hear from LAPD.
Since June 6, 2025, my office, working with federal and state partners, have charged more than 20 individuals with federal crimes for engaging in violent conduct, obstructing enforcement operations, or supporting acts of violence.
On acts of violence, you guys should go do an investigation and hunt down Sonny Hostin right now. I know that you're keeping it just to these protesters, but I have it on video. Sonny Hostin.
Let me highlight a few of the cases we filed over the last few days. On Friday, we took custody of Mr. Alejandro Orellana for his role in supporting the violent protests in downtown Los Angeles. On June 9th, he drove his truck downtown with an unidentified woman to hand out large quantities of face shields to individuals who appear to be engaged in violence and vandalism. He was not handing them out to peaceful protesters. His actions were captured on video, posted on social media, and observed by Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies.
And this is our good work, guys. We're one of the places that put that out on social media. A little credit. We were one of the first to post that. Well, we're often the first. We might be wrong in being first, but we're often the first to post that. So yeah, that guy got busted, and there was an unidentified woman with him. And I'm just saying, that you might want to double check LADA, because I believe that might have been Sonny Hostin's day off from The View. Just checking. Here's Acosta, extremely wrong all the time. Jim Acosta says small town farmers are now far right and have been led astray. This goes out to my small farmers, my small town people. This is a New York snob, New York fired snob who has been pumping out conspiracy theories and lies as news for at least the last 4 years. Jim Acosta.
The far right in this country has kind of figured out a way to infiltrate, the heartland.
We infiltrated the heartland. Brother, we are the heartland. The far right, we are farmers. What do you think lives in the heartland? By the way, this is his definition. And what infiltrated the cities and the densely populated areas in America? Besides communism, Marxism, totalitarianism, violence, what infiltrate? Or are you only worried about the farmland where like 3 people live out in North Dakota? Go out in a field in Idaho or Iowa or in the San Joaquin Valley. Go out to Denair, my home city where I was raised in the San Joaquin Valley, population 2,500 people. Go out there and tell me about population history. Really, all those people you're terrified of, we've infiltrated the heartland. There's 14 guys with cowboy hats watching hee-haw and planning the end of the world. Jim Acosta, you jerk, you idiot, you ill-informed psycho. Look how serious and terrified he is. He hasn't been this terrified since they ran out of soy milk at Starbucks for his latte.
And to, basically pull, mom and pop from the farm to their point of view. And as
all those farmers, mom and pop, have been pulled over to the right-wing point of view. What are they going to do, Jim Acosta? Open up their corn silo and start throwing it at people? Are you afraid of mom and pop on the farm that have now been radicalized to the right-wing point of view? By the way, the right-wing point of view, known as the objective truth.
Turns out a lot of those folks vote in these elections.
Thank God.
And a lot of those folks have been completely led astray. I hate to say it, but they've just been completely led astray. And we've all just let this happen on our watch with essentially a business model for delivering the news in this country that just does not work anymore. The far right.
News doesn't work anymore because of you corn farmers. That's Jim Acosta's conclusion. Why did media break? He goes, it just doesn't work for ma and pa farmer. You used to be dumb and did everything we told, and now they're just thinking for themselves. Jim Acosta's going, it doesn't work anymore. God is good. We've all been liberated by this guy's just he's sitting out there going, I'm here just trying to get the truth to people and no one will listen to me. I'm writing my amazing manifesto and no one's interested in what I have to say, that Biden is healthy. He's brilliant. He's doing backflips. He's in control. He's running everything. I've never seen him more healthy. He's sharp as a tack. You know who's mentally insane? He goes, it's Trump. And he's all, farmland, America, they're not buying it. Here's some more dessert. Well, this one's posted. Here's mayoral candidate in New York, Brad Lander, has been arrested by ICE. So this is another Democrat, anti-law radical, another Democrat, violent.
Where is it?
Okay.
Sir, where is the warrant?
In this sea of minorities, you can see the Democrat. He's the pasty white guy in the middle, doughy, overweight, elite, pasty white with a tie on. Looks like he came straight out of human resources and into office leadership.
I would like to see the warrant. I would like to see the warrant, and then I will let go. I would like to see the warrant.
This is the anti-ICE. Yeah, get him. Get the taser out.
Let's go. You don't have
Up against the wall. Redneck mother who has raised her son so well. Well, she's 34 and drinking in a honky tonk, just kicking hippies' butts and raising heck. I love that song. Up against the wall, redneck mother. They're slamming this guy. Look at him. Arrest him harder. I love the rule of law.
You don't have
This is the rule of law.
I'm standing right here in the hallway. I asked to see the judicial warrant.
Yeah, you're going to go to jail. I think like January 22nd, all the
U.S. citizens asking for.
Give him 22 years, people. I think 22 years is probably minimum. Lock him up like Trump. Get a mugshot of him. We'll make T-shirts of it. They get a mugshot of that guy. Now, here's the best part, though. This is my favorite part of this whole thing. Look at this is Brad Lander right here from last year in May. What a difference a year makes. This is just over a year ago. Brad Lander, no one is above the law. All right, buddy. No one's above the law. Now, this isn't even fair if he gets a Democrat judge, because when he was saying no one's above the law, he means Trump that got put in front of a Democrat judge. So this Lander guy, when he gets put in front of a hardcore Republican judge, and I mean like appoint Alex Jones to a judge, and I mean in the hardest, red state that you can find, Oklahoma. Get him in Oklahoma, in an Oklahoma judge court, Oklahoma jury, bring out, and they have to all have donated to Trump. The judge has to have donated to Trump. The judge has to donate to Trump and walk him in front of that, because that's what this guy means by no one is above the law. And now we're going to find out if you really mean it, because you know what? We all knew you didn't mean it then. You were using that as a lie. You despise the law. You hate the rule of law. You hate the Constitution. You always have. And that's why we're having the best time right here. If you're in the Quad Club and you made it through all 4 videos and you're right here at the end, you help pay my bills. You help put food on the table. I feed my family on you guys watching, and I can't thank you enough. I don't deserve you, as I will work harder for you. I thank you for watching. You're all part of this family, part of this team, because we're going to get through. I don't care if the world blows up in war. It could happen. We're praying against it. But I'm just saying, I will be here with you. I'm inviting you here into my studio, into my family, just to be with me, keep me from being lonely. And you guys watch and leave a message, leave a comment below to keep my crushing, poor self-image from just making everything collapse. God bless you all. I'm Doug in Exile. Subscribe.